Hello everybody and welcome to part 10 of my God King Boudicca series. Light is at the end of the tunnel, however in the last part there were a few times where they ignored the lightning rod, whoever the designated lightning rod was, and spanked some of our ranged units. So they've had to retreat to heal, which means we're not going to be able to take down the city quite as quickly. So now it's just a question of, where to go from here. That is going to be the challenge. Alright, second cover is very good. It's unfortunate he's not in a hill, but we can continue to fortify and tank right there. We are a pikeman. Let's see here. City connection established. Well, that's unfortunate. We had a 1 in 3 chance to get a good tile, and instead we got a not so good tile. So that's not going to be good for the capital as far as freshwater farms. Okay, we're going to heal up. Now, if I remember correctly, we were planning here to move this guy off and get on the wheat first, because this tile's more on the front line. We want it repaired first, then we can have this worker do this, and then come back here or something. Okay, what else we got here? Zanzibar desires trade route. That's right here. So that's now the second state that desires a trading route. Anteater wants wine, which we will get once we take Copenhagen. Iffy and Portugal now allies. Alrighty. Market is done in Nantes. So let's see here. On to Amphitheater. Amphitheater is done in Cardiff, so on to Temple. Alrighty. Let's take a look at what's going on here in the war. Looks like this guy could shoot here if he moved here. So, is there some place we would rather have him? I guess we can just back him up to here. This gives him options as far as direction. And then we'll have this guy step down and shoot at the unit. Let's see. This one cannot reach the unit unless we swap places with the swordsman, which is an option. Is it a good option? I don't know. Let's back off that for 1 second here. There's no need for this guy to heal any further. So we'll just put him into position. This lightning rod's heavily damaged, so I don't think we have to worry about them favoring a ranged unit. I wanted to do that to see if this tile would be available for the swordsman, and it is not. We'll go ahead and shoot from here. Let's see, we have a pikeman coming in from the rear to help protect this side, make sure no more ranged get damaged. I'll have him chill. Let's see. So the question is, do we get the swordsman out of there so that the composite bowman can step in to shoot at the unit? Probably not. I mean, in the long term it might be good, since their city's on flatland. Our, ranged units right on top of the city can shoot over here as well. So maybe in the long run that's a good thing. And we also do need... Oh, whoops, I forgot to highlight the other unit. There we go. We'll do that. And now we'll move him back here. Alright, so this great general's fine where he's at. He's influencing but not getting in the way of the workers. Same can be said about this guy, so we'll just leave him there. These guys are all healing up. The swordsmen aren't really going to be too big of a factor in this war. At least not in the north. That's why I'm thinking of just having this swordsman go and be eyes among the darkness. We've been neglecting our homelands for some time now. Okay, let's get that city connection finished. This must be the city connection that got finished, so... let's see, Nantes. He's going to want to build the road down here probably, so we'll have this guy help develop Nantes. This guy is repairing here. Once we're done with in Berlin... You know what? Zanzibar's happiness, and so is Antwerp. So once we get those caravans running. Happiness will be okay. Oh, it comes back in 2. Built in 2. That's pretty great. So happiness is going to be taken care of at that point. Neat. Alright. So maybe it's time to annex Berlin soon. Speaking of annexing, we don't want to lose track of the fact that we do want to burn Cologne down. We're using it right now to heal our units up more quickly. But when this says 1 turn to go in the library, we have to burn this down. Berlin already has a library, so annexing that will not impact that. Alright, so where are we here? Okay, 1 can't get through. We'll just chill. This worker wants to come do the iron. So we'll come here, put a turn in on the farm with the intention of stepping to the iron next turn. This guy's here to chop this forest down as well as this forest down so that this guy can sit here and see all of this darkness in our back lot. He's just going to get his altitude training. Let's see, this guy. Alright, Road Hill. Can we go down here on by way of the road that we're seeing? Oh no, because it's a city town. Okay, that's fine, because from here we can see everything. There's hills here. And that way we can also follow these mountains, which would like to try to do. I hate when there's a wooded hill next to a mountain, just because it kind of makes scouting less efficient. Okay, so that guy decides to armor up. Lightning Rod's doing his job. And we do have that other pikeman in the upper front there. Alright, Edinburgh has grown. And we're not going to slot him into the market. Right now what we're trying to do, essentially, is prepare for National College. So, given that we grew to here, maybe let's lock into that tile. And we'll put a lumber mill up there. We also have here that we can put a lumber mill up. Alternatively, we should probably chop down these river forests at some point. Yeah, we'll interfere with Druidic lore, but our faith gain is getting up there. While the National College is going on, we'll favor the lumber mills, but after that we can actually start getting on the river, I think. Citrus and sugar and happiness actually requires that, so let's go ahead and do this. Let's see, he doesn't like us very much. 5 gold per turn is steep, but we need that happiness, so let's just do it. Requests a road. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, not bad, not bad. We could do that once we have workers available. We have a lot of workers. Most of them are tied up in Copenhagen for the time being, but let's see, speaking of workers, that gets chopped down. Let's see, this guy finished in Berlin, so we'll have him head over to and we'll do this. Okay, there's that. No need for it right now, but okay, what else we got going on? I just wanted to check on the workers. This worker is going to be finishing a repair back here. It's not important though, which makes me wonder, should we just get this worker out of here? Maybe I should have looked before I moved. For now, while the war is going on, let's keep the workers nearby just in case. Like this guy can come step here. We'll probably take this out with a melee. In fact, let's do this. Okay, there's... Alright, wasn't expecting that, but that's okay too. Let's see here. Heal all of these guys up. He doesn't really need more healing. We could actually start moving him over to the east, especially if we're going to be moving workers over to build a road in This darkness becomes a little more problematic. And he can cross the river this turn. Yeah, let's do that. Nope, not you. I was talking about this guy. because wherever he ends up, he can just finish his healing over there. So basically, when it comes time to build roads to a city-state, you want to try and start on their tiles first, for two reasons. The first being that wherever their units are, you might not be able to get in, so get in while you can. And the second one being that if you build roads on somebody else's borders, they pay the maintenance on it. So the idea would be start there, you know, finish up here, and then once we get credit for it, we can rip up these tiles that we're paying for. Alright, production prompt. Give me 1 second here. Okay, so it's in Glasgow. We're going to be buying a library here when we hit 4 pop. So let's move on to market. Trying to support these expensive temples we're putting up everywhere. 3, 4, very nice. We get full range there. He's heading to his altitude training. This guy, let's see, 1, 2, okay. Hill there, maybe we can cut back through here, that would be nice. Alrighty, let's see here. We could just send this off to Zanzibar now, get the instant. Can we reach Antwerp from Edinburgh? No, so we'll just send it to Zanzibar, get that quest satisfied immediately. And then, we don't know where the Truro one. Okay, so what we want to do here is we want to soften this up with not this guy, so that this guy can step in and shoot. And that way we'll have 3 ranged hugging the city tile, which means 3 composite bowmen that can hit both of these tiles. And of course this guy can hit this one too. So we'll go ahead and do that now. We don't want him stepping out just to hit that, because then we would lose our ability to fire on the city. That's probably good enough, so let's just get in there. And of course attacking him damages, which is good. It makes this guy's retreat that much more challenging, and we have more tiles to pillage over here that we didn't have access to before, so that's quite nice. Alright, we're just going to start unloading in the city where we can. He's taking off to the east. He wants to stick around, but we're probably not going to need protection in the north. I'm thinking having him come down here might be worthwhile. We'll move this guy up so he influences that guy. Should have done that before I attacked. Maybe it would have saved a health point or 2. So the question now is, do we move him down here? I don't see a need for it. We'll just do that. He's on a hill. That's pretty advantageous. We'll just have to remember when it's time to take the city if we need one of these tiles to like capture from to get these guys out of there, because you can't attack through a hex that way. We'll come down here, and you know what we should do right now while I'm thinking about it, let's just do this real quick. Look at who can hit Antwerp. Looks like Truro is the most profitable, so we would want this guy to stop dancing and just keep eyes down here, because the caravan would be coming through here. So the 2 swordsmen that we have coming over, one will come over here and one can come right here. This is a bit redundant, but in time the borders might grow in such a way that that's no longer necessary. And of course over here, like this little part here is a bit exposed. But once the war is over, we can disperse the units. We're just looking at what's working right now. Okay, so we passed that turn. Okay, the catapult is trying to get away. I guess no surprise there. City connection established. That's more happiness. Truro grows. We'll probably develop there next. We do want to get forest off this hill. We do need to send a worker to Truro at some point. Chop that down. Goes to Edinburgh, who basically has 2 turns before we're building National College. And look at that, Temple's going to take 2 turns. Perfect. Perfect. Whoops, I did not see. Oh yeah, I did. That was Truro. We addressed that. Losing grasp on that's okay, because once we build a road, we should hit at least temporary ally status. It probably won't last very long. Alright, Portugal has actually founded a religion. Let's see. So, alright. identical pressure, but once we flip one more, we will have the... I don't know if an even number of half counts as probably when it's a three-way split like that, I would imagine. So that's okay. They're starting to fall like dominoes. It'll only be a matter of time. Coincidentally, that's another reason why when you're playing Liberty, you want your expands to stay rather low pop, your religion's spreads. Whoa, a little bit better. Where's the scout that I'm highlighted on? Right here. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Gotta hug the mountains. I hate the wooded. We'll do... let's see. It's not going until next turn, so what we could... Well, no, because if we step off and one develops here, that would be disastrous. So we're just going to sit tight. We already know this one's getting transplanted to Truro. There we go. You know, I should learn how to count that kind of stuff off better, because if building a road tile here means we get more gold by sending it from Edinburgh, that might have been worth pursuing. But again, for now, everything in the capital has to do with getting the National College up as quickly as possible. Which, now that I think about it, chopping down forest would, in fact, accomplish that better than +1 hammer on as part of a lumber mill. And once the National College is up, the river farms are going to become that much more important in the capital. We do lose 1 faith for doing that. We front load the hammers. We saw this gave us 10, but it was outside border, so we could expect something like this. First ring to be closer to like 15. So that would save compared to 15 turns, but we would lose 1 faith per turn. Let's, well, I'll tell you what, let's step here, and it gives us more time to think about it. Farm is done here, so let's take a look at this. Let's see, growth in 14, growth in 8, much better. So now he'll come and help with the road to Ur, and this guy can come do road to Ur, hopefully. Alright, so knowing that we need somebody down here, we'll have this guy go like this. He can come down here. Let's see, he gets altitude training. Let's head west. Let's continue heading west. If we need to join in here, we can. Otherwise, having a stronger unit to block over here would be better. And then we can just have these guys going to where they were going to go anyways. He's developing Nantes. Worker going to Ur. That's ideal. One of them can come back here or something. We do kind of want to send a worker over to Truro as well. And capital is going to grow in 5, National College. So let's have this guy actually head this way. We'll consider him designated for Truro, but probably have him do a stop off. Since this is going to grow in 5, maybe we chop down these 2 and build river farms, or build 2 lumber mills. Or half and half, like river farm, lumber mill. I'm not quite sure. I just know we have way too many workers over here, and once the war is over, we'll have help building the road to Glasgow. Glasgow would take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tiles. So until it's 5 pop, it's not going to be like we're breaking even or anything. And with these 3 hills, if we have 2 workers working on it, all the better. Okay, we're able to make it through the hill. Whoa, spoke too soon. We can get on the hill. That's better than nothing. Of course, this hill is wooded and these are treated as mountains, so we can't see past, which means we need this guy to move. He's in bombard range and can't actually influence this war, it looks like, so you would think he would move. Alright, let's move the worker over here, because I am going to try and thrust here. Well, I mean, if nothing else, we're going to pillage, because we can. We'll step this guy over to give a flanking bonus, and we'll try to hit this guy, because we can hit him super hard. Nice. Looks like Lightning Rod is holding, so we're just going to shoot, because there's no units in range. Oh, you know what? I could have pillaged there and shot, just to heal him up to maximum. Speaking of which, this looks like our last chance to not burn down Cologne. 86. Okay, we'll heal him up one more turn just because as far as visibility in these units. Yeah, we're doing okay as far as that goes. Ugh. Big map, and we're handling multiple things at the same time. It's nice. Okay. Alright, pass and turn. Ooh. He can feel the burn. Alright, there's a unit we can play hacky sack with. And he actually doesn't leave
Instrumental mechanical science is the noblest.
The catapult. So we'll probably kill that. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Getting these promotions is good. May purchase with faith. So it's time for another mosque, right when we're considering chopping druidic lore up. So right now our only options are Cardiff and Dublin. I haven't bought one here yet, have I? No. Okay, so Cardiff and Dublin. Lots of times what I like to try to do in these situations where I have decisions like this to make is which one would I like having its borders grow quicker. And I think that would be Cardiff. We have two good river tiles here. Eventually this could be a very big city. But also this is a border town, so to speak. So grabbing more tiles like in here, you know, suppresses other people being able to get tiles or wanting to settle in the gaps kind of thing. Losing grasp on Quebec City, that is not happiness, that's food in the capital, so that's fine. Technology, we're going to go into workshops. Some of our build queues are running out of stuff to do that are not military. And if we're not going to keep the war going, that's probably for the better. Alright. So both of these workers have nothing to do right now. We will need one to put the horses online once the war is over, but since we are shifting so many workers to either double up here or build a road here, I think it might be time for this guy to start heading over to focus on the road to Nantes, or, you know, chop this forest down, stuff like that. We still have work to do. Let's see, as for this guy, we'll start heading down here. He should have perfect visibility next turn. This guy is heading west. Don't know that we'll need him. He'll heal. This guy will cross the river with him since he's basically coming to help over here. This guy, this is wide open darkness. We're going to have a pikeman down here. I'll just have this guy start coming up here. I do see there's a hill here, so having like a melee here and then after the war like a range somewhere in here should be a nice spread of visibility. Okay, so city's not going to fall this turn. We still have to keep an eye on Lightning Rod. He looks like he's holding, so we'll proceed. We'll move this worker down, both because I want to pillage this and because we are going to need a worker down here to do that. This has already been pillaged, so he's going to get started repairing there. Let's put the shots in on the unit where possible. 26, 30, what do we got here? He's doing about 32, so we'll want all three shots. Let's pillage first. Shoot, that way he's at full health and less likely that he'll get hit. Attacking here is dangerous because we have no idea what's over here, but we are going to be in forest, and most of his units have been concentrated in here, one would assume. So there we go. Alright, we're a little exposed, but there's tiles here we can pillage, and these guys can pillage without movement points. So there's that. This might be a good time to swing this guy down here, simply because he might want to head over this way. Similarly, we'll do that. Great General, we don't want to leave him exposed, but not really exposed to anything right now. We'll just leave him there. I don't see the harm in it. Alright, we'll connect this up to Antwerp. So probably something I should have looked at last turn when we got credit for putting the thing to Zanzibar is, oh, you know what? We have to burn Cologne down. I just saw the one on the library. Alright, so these guys are still hanging out and healing. They'll more or less be healed to full because we'll still get the advantage of the borders right now, I think. Did I say raise? No, I didn't. We gotta do that. I've done that before. Let's adopt the city but not raise it. And this is burning, or this is building crap, and we're getting 75% yield. So let's see what it would cost us to annex this. 3 happiness, let's do it. We'll lock our tiles in for maximum growth. It's going to grow 1 in the next turn. Let's get that out of there and build a monument. Given our piety aspirations, that's way more important. 3. Ooh, a new civ. Looks like Pachacuti. Will it actually tell us if we haven't met them? An unmet player. Okay. Well, we're about to take a capital, and we haven't met them, so I want to back off here, actually. I don't know how quickly we're going to take Copenhagen, but maybe back off entirely. I don't know. Maybe we get open borders with them. It looks like we won't be able to get through until we do. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's nice. We can continue scouting with that one at least. Alright, he's coming over to the road. Uh-oh, we don't know what that is. Well, that's okay, because it's going to take us 2 turns to get here anyway, so we'll come here, and then we can still go there and get through. He's going to come up here. Again, we're going to try and build inside of Ur's borders where possible. Let's see, he's coming down to the capital. Let's cross the river. And we're going to have to either, yeah, we're going to have to make the decision pretty much now. This is in fact our last order for this turn. So we know we're losing Quebec City. That'll be less food. So the growth of the city will be slowing down. Happiness is starting to get a little stretched. When we capture this city, it'll probably be mostly neutral. We're gonna have duplicate cotton. Oh wait, that might be our house. I don't know, but we got double wine here. So let's do lumber mills for now, so that we're not taxing our happiness. Keep in mind that, say, this city, for example, already has a circus, so that's 2 local happiness. Pagoda and mosque would be +3, and then like a Colosseum one. So this one could actually grow up to 7 and be essentially neutral, other than the fact that the city is global unhappiness 3, since we have a city connection in the policy. Oh, berserkers are here. Okay. That means we need to wrap this up. And that's fine, because now we can actually focus all of our ranged on the actual city tile. But yeah, we gotta wrap this up. Berserkers are here. Let's do this. We still want to grow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pop easy probably. So let's keep that rolling. Man's pearls. Berlin has grown. It's under our control. Growth in 11. Growth in 9. That's better. Happiness is doing real well now that Cologne has burned to the ground. Trade route established. Oh, and that's 2. Okay. Alright. So builds. Library is done here. We hit 4 pop here. Forgot to buy the library. So when we click on this, we should be able to start National College. 18 turns is what it says now. Obviously, when we conquer Copenhagen, that'll go up a little, perhaps. Temple's done. And we do have another caravan we can build, so let's get that out of the way. Library is done in Douglas. Market or circus, they both have no maintenance cost. Let's go with that. We are reaping some gold there, so every little bit counts. There's that, so the city will grow a little bit quicker. You know, he should probably come and chop this forest down. How soon? Okay, 6, 5, 4, chop down 3. Maybe we get that tile. I don't know. Okay, whatever it was, it has pulled back, so we should be able to do that safely. This tile's available there, so we're going to try and move into Ur. Let's see, this guy's heading east. He's heading northeast. Alright. Let's deal with all these units here first, because if we can end the war this turn, which I don't think is the case. Just in case, I'm going to back him up, because that gives a tile for this, you know, pikeman to get involved. Alright, there's all of that. I don't know how worried I should be about that trebuchet. Let's see, we'll have him move here because that's a tile that's going to need repaired. We'll have him move up here. Great General's here, influencing everything over here. We'll have him pillage for sure, even though we would want the horses to be online when we capture. I'm thinking like hitting here first and then here, but then this guy becomes accessible to 1, 2, 3, 4 bombards and a berserker hit. So maybe back him up to here. Now he's in the rough. Not only is he in the rough, but we took one of the attackers away. We could just have this guy move here to protect the Great General. Okay. Or we can just hit this guy to chunk him out real good. That does seem like a good idea because he's probably going to shoot at something anyways, and this guy's pretty much safe from everything but that, so alright, well that means we want to leave the Great General there. If I suspect that he's going to move a unit into this hex, I should hit the city now with this guy. It does look like Lightning Rod can handle at least one more turn. So yeah, let's soften up the city, and that way between the 4 bow hits we should be able to take the city no problem, and even probably be able to spare some bow hits to units, assuming something steps here. Well, actually, even if something doesn't, because if nothing steps here, then once we capture the city, these two have the option of step, step, shoot before we sue for peace. So now the question is, do we push these guys in the south forward and, you know, keep battling to kill units? Probably not, because either we're going to want our units diversified for visibility, or we would need to start coagulating to start pushing into Portugal. Last we knew, they were a bit of a science rival. We can double check that here. The Celts, who are going to be building in Portugal, so yeah, it might be necessary to attack them next. Obviously, with the diplomatic penalties we've already had, and the fact that the Shoshone are getting soft on us because they're friends with Portugal, that'll be something to consider. Either way, the point being is pushing these guys forward when we're almost certain the war ends next turn might not be the best use of our resources. Alright, we know workers coming here. So let's see, he comes down, and then he can come over that way. I didn't mean to uncover that. And then this guy can come up here. Okay, start getting some visibility spread around. Alright. So yeah, it does look like the war's ending next turn. There we go. That guy can just chill right there. Since we don't want to meet them yet, we can just say 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3. Allows us to move 3. And we meet a city-state, Bucharest. Let's see, there's a hill there, but it looks like we're at the coast, so looks like scouting is going to get interesting. Alright, we'll start on a lumber mill. That's where our current resident is. This guy will go do a lumber mill here. And this guy wants to come over here to chop that forest down. And now this will be his permanent resting place. Alright, one more turn to go here, hopefully. I know we're past the half-hour mark, but let's end on a good note. Alrighty. Looks like lots of opportunities here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to step, pillage, and have this guy pillage just because I know we're going to do that. We're probably going to see if we can try this berserker and take the city. If not, we can heavily damage the berserker. That doesn't matter to us. Amadi seeks a great rider. Okay, well, Pantheon founded. Where would we put a Raiders Guild? I mean, I had considered Edinburgh before. This is the big grower, right? But running out of good tiles to work. That's something to consider. This is the city that's going to have the most river tiles, so a guild there makes sense. I'll move this guy over since he can get on one of these tiles next turn, hopefully, and we'll have him start developing the road. But I'm going to interrupt him so that we're re-examining this every single turn. Because if it happens to be both of these hexes are free next turn, we don't want to just say, oh, we'll occupy one. We should seize both of them while we can. Alright, iron's online. Let's try to trade with Ethiopia. They kind of like us better. They have 3 gold, so let's just go all in like this. I don't think we need the iron ourselves so much. Okay. So let's see here. We'll shoot with this guy onto the city first, and this guy onto the city first, since those are the 2 that cannot influence the Berserker. Let's see. The city has 44 health. This guy is estimated to be able to do 25. So we'll shoot there. Okay, so we're going to need all of our shots to guarantee the fall of the city. Well, that's unfortunate, but bam! Create puppet. Nice. Let's see what we got here. We got nothing. What? He had no buildings? Did we seriously low roll on every possible building? I've never seen this before in a capital. No buildings. Wow. This is terrible. Okay, so what we can do is take digs at the Berserker. Actually, I suppose we don't have to end the war right now. We could continue for the purpose of... because the Berserker can't get away. And he might actually want to try and attack the city. And since he has siege weapons here, he might push them forward too. Interesting. Both of our workers are on tiles. They could actively... in fact... let's go here. I know it's a zone of control. And here. That way these guys can both, like... develop these 2 and then move. Although now that I think about it, having him do that and then do the horses might have been better, but whatever. Repair is quicker than new develop. So let's hit the Berserker here, see what that exchange rate's like. Pretty even. And we'll have this guy do the... oh, he doesn't. Oh, okay. I was going to say we could have him fortify, but I forgot we had him step and pillage. And now that I look at it, he has the option of pillaging the cotton, but only if he uses one of his... oh, excuse me, there's a river here. Only if he uses that. So yeah, we'll still... we'll just chill right there, I guess. Alright, because that stops the Berserker from being able to fully escape. Okay, now we should be safe to meet this guy. Accept embassies. Can we also get open borders with you, please? Nice. Okay, so that was just 1 hex, 2 hex, 3 hex. Kind of want to stick to the mountains, though. So we'll do that. Okay, that gives us some more visibility. Nice. And since we just met him, we can assume he will give us the most favorable rate. Nice. And then we also have duplicate. Is it duplicate cotton that we could sell? Yeah. And I'm not afraid to sell it with, you know, the risk of this getting pillaged, because if it does get pillaged, I mean, we could sue for peace, repair it immediately. So I'm not worried about that. Not you. This guy. This woman. Alright, so let's see here. Cotton. 132 is approximately 4.5. So that would be 3 per turn, something like that. Yep. Alright, that's probably max money for that. Good deal. Okay, this guy's coming over. We'll do it like this, because it's going to take 2 turns to get here or here anyways, and this gives him visibility options. Come down here. Very good visibility. He'll just heal up in place for the time being. No, let's back him up. Get some eyes there for now. He's coming up to get on this hill. Have him come in, get some eyes over here. He's heading to the east to watch over this. This guy's done developing that in Nantes. Let's go get this hill. Chop that off. And then start sinking the growth in that tile. Okay. 1, 2, 3. So we got a hill here, hill there. Great General is still fine where he's at. Actually, no. Let's stop this Great General. No, that wouldn't work. Okay, never mind. We'll just leave them as is. And leave you there. No. Step. There we go. Better visibility overall. He's just going to stay there indefinitely. Lumber mill. And what was he doing? Oh yeah, he's chopping down the forest here. Okay, we got a big traffic jam. Okay, that's going to do it for this part. We're not making peace with Denmark yet. We'll see if we can get some more damage here. We do have these guys that can, you know, pillage without movement points, so maybe we'll just play Pac-Man on his lands or kill his units or something before suing for peace. But we got Copenhagen with no buildings. Let me know if you guys have ever seen anything like that, because I just assumed you ended up with, like, I don't know, anywhere from like a third to half of the buildings they had built. I know when you go to build a building, it shows here, thanks to Enhanced User Interface, I believe, it says 66% capture chance. You know, so it is possible that we just low-rolled everything, 66% capture chance to see that. Seems like 2/3 on most buildings. So you'd think there would be something, but we got absolutely nothing. That is terrible. But thank you guys for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a like and subscribe if you feel that I've earned it. And I will see you guys in the next part. Take care.